Welcome, love tubers. Welcome, loves. We have been together for 8 weeks straight. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Today is spell 39, and our 8 weeks of 40 money spells comes to a conclusion tomorrow. Celebrate yourself for doing the work. Thank you for allowing me to teach the work, the great work. We're going to take a few deep breaths. I'm back at my old library today. The HVAC person has been here all week, they said, and the chilling fan still doesn't work, but it's only about 70 degrees. They said it was 80 without the air, and we don't know what tomorrow is like. I canceled the other library for today, but I did keep tomorrow just in case, since I have learned some lessons in this journey. Deep breath. I did hear back from, let's start with the scripture first. "40 Money Scriptures, Day 39. Jeremiah 17, 7-8, a rich blessing for you. But blessed is the one who trusts in me alone, the eternal will be his confidence." Oh, there you have it right there. That's the lesson. "He is like a tree planted by water, sending out its root beside the stream. It does not fear the heat or even drought. It leaves stray green, and its fruit is dependable no matter what it faces." The voice. "Blessed with spiritual security is the man who believes and trusts in and relies on the Lord." Lord around here means cosmic law. "And whose hope and confidence expectation is cosmic law, the Lord. For he will be nourished like a tree planted by the waters that spreads out its roots by the river, and will not fear the heat when it comes, but its leaves will be green and moist. And it will not be anxious and concerned in a year of drought, nor stop bearing fruit." Amplified Bible. "But blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord," cosmic law, "and has made the Lord his hope and confidence. He is like a tree planted along a riverbank with its roots reaching deep into the water, a tree not bothered by the heat nor worried by long months of drought. Its leaves stay green and it goes right on producing all its luscious." Luscious. I like that word. Living Bible. All right, Jeremiah. Go ahead, baby. Will. That's the Emperor card. In Voodoo, that does mean loco. It also means will. The card of will. These past few days, these past 8 weeks, we have spent a lot of time over a number of subjects, especially regarding the Bible for 40 money spells. Well, I have been listening over the past few days to 2 Kings. I just got this morning through 2 Kings, all the way up to 2 Kings chapters 14 and 15. Well, I stopped in the middle of, was it chapter 15? I stopped in the middle of chapter 15 and I said, what were they high off of? That should be the question we should be asking. The people who wrote this #1 best-selling book in the world that translates in a whole lot of languages. What drugs was they doing? Do you like drugs? Ain't that the Miguel song? Do you like, oh, what I do? What other song was I thinking about this morning? Because I got high, because I got high, because I got high. What was they high on, baby? Yeah. Well, I said somebody may want to know, because I haven't gotten high in about 6 years, although I used to. But somebody may want to know and utilize whatever it is these Bible writers used so they can write out their future, we're just going to call it into existence, their future #1 New York Times best-selling book or their #1 national best-selling book. What was they high off of? For all the way from Genesis to the books of Adam and Eve, to the 3 books of Enoch, every individual book all the way up to 2 Kings, including the Testament of Solomon. What was y'all being fed and what was you smoking? What were you surrounded by? What were you drinking? I've got one more book I've got to listen to, chapter 16, 2 Kings, but I had a lot of questions in 2 Kings, and so we're going to discuss those tomorrow, along with mushrooms, cannabis, and some other delicious treats. How about that? All right. Just absolutely scrumptious. I did concentration on the tarot cards yesterday, and I talked about a few subject matters. Just in case you don't know what these are, I'm going to give them to you real quick. Absolute is pure principle before form, which is trying to emerge through reality. Bria is sacred structure. That's the divine archetype. Bria is sacred structure, institution, systems, cosmologies. How does the principle become organized? Yetzirah, emotional and psychic field, relationships, dreams, trauma, and transformation. How is it experienced within consciousness? Asaya, material world, bodies, nations, histories, consequences, what becomes visible in time and space. If you need more information, On that, I do have a whole hexology on New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. Tree of Life is the first book. The Four Worlds is the second book. The Trump Cards is the third book. The Pips is the fifth book. The Court Cards, I'm sorry, is the fourth. Third is the Trumps. Fourth is the Pips. Fifth is the Court Cards, and sixth is Gematria, all available on Amazon. Let's welcome group chat members. Oh, hello, sweetness. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, my love. Okay, but hello, sweetness, and welcome. All right. I also mentioned some things yesterday in the live in regards to galactic signature. Let's just go over them real quick and what they mean. I do provide galactic signature readings on my skip page and my Delcia Sequence Arts page. However, if you wanted at the special price that I have listed, that would only be available through my skip page, and you can join skip when I finish the live and put the website in the description on YouTube or the comment section on YouTube for joining. All right. Birth code. The main thing, actually, the first thing in regards to your identity is your name. Names have significant purpose. We discuss names, date of birth. We discussed time of birth. And we discussed why they are important. Birth code. The foundational energetic blueprint calculated from your specific date of birth, serving as your permanent lifelong core frequency and cosmic baseline. Galactic signature, your celestial identity and cosmic calling card, defined by the specific combination of one of the 20 solar seals and one of the 13 galactic tones. Kin, the fundamental unit of tracking within the matrix, representing a single day, a specific frequency, or a unique individual coordinate within the 260-day Tzolk'in grid, Tzolkin. Oracle, a 5-seal cross configuration mapping out your daily or natal archetype relationships, detailing your core energy, guide power, supportive ally, hidden wisdom, and evolutionary challenge. Wave spell, a 13-day evolutionary spiral and cycle of creation that outlines a progressive sequence of actions, stepping from purpose at tone 1 to full expansion at tone 13. Planetary influences, the celestial alignments that link each solar steel to a specific planet in our solar system, mapping how cosmic energy circulates through planetary orbits. Fifth force, the hidden cooperative power that emerges when an oracle grid is fully activated, revealing a secret harmonizing frequency like the blue crystal night that empowers collective realization. Chrono PSI, the permanent collective memory unit of the Earth's mental matrix, the noosphere, NOOSPHERE. For any given day of the year, tracking the planet's internal cosmic template. Daily transits, the shifting day by day galactic frequencies that pass through the matrix, influencing the collective energetic weather and individual pacing in real time. You can find all that lovely information, well, not the description for it, over there on the 1320 app that you have downloaded. Well, I've downloaded. I think if you had wanted to realize what your birth code is by now and all the lovely intricate details in between, you have downloaded it, I would think, by now as well. And we went over the 13-step wave spell blueprint yesterday. What is my purpose? What is my challenge? What is my best way to serve? What form should I give to the action? How do I take charge in my life? What do I need to balance and organize myself? How can I harmonize my service towards others? How do I live what I believe? How do I achieve my purpose? How can I perfect what I do? How can I free myself and let me go? How can I dedicate my being to everything that exists? And how can I expand my being? The Oracle cross archetype, the 4 cardinal relationship points, guide power, highest path, antipode, evolutionary challenge, catalyst, the analog, supportive ally, and the occult, hidden wisdom. How your guide power is used, it serves as your compass and highest path, giving you the direct command to explore beyond familiar limits and bridge distinct realities. And boy, do I do just that. The challenge, antipode, it is used as a functional catalyst to stretch your growth, forcing you to remain receptive rather than resistant when rapid shifts occur. The analog support, it operates as your energetic friend and ally, opening direct doors for new beginnings, supportive relationships, and heart-centered insights. The hidden wisdom is it functions how it's used. It functions as an unexpected gift that allows you to organize your reality, balance your wisdom, and exert a natural influence over the collective consciousness without anxiety. Central green castle of enchant, because each of us, whether you know it or not, we own a castle. Hello. Sneha-DE6ZC. The macro container governing the core magic power of Magic Fly, I'm reading from Sunday, Ken 229, this upcoming Sunday, balancing the distinct works of the Red Moon, Initiation, White Wind, Refinement, Blue Eagle, Transformation, and Yellow Star Maturation tribes. The DNA clan and chromatic track categorized via Hermetic 58 spectral process, showing the alchemical progression from vital force generation to the ultimate culmination where the DNA becomes truth through universal water. The 3 Hollands tier, human Halon, maps the 20 solar chakras, week 1. Maps the 20 solar cells into geographical global zones and defines the specific evolutionary mandates for the cardinal, central, signal, portal, and polar families. Interplanetary Halon charts the macrocosmic breathing circuit, galactic karmic inhalation, and prophetic solar exhalation across our solar system's planetary orbits. The 4th element. We pull the specific matrix coordinates from our primary helper frequency, Ken 103 Blue Crystal Night, which operates under harmonic 26 cosmic input to communicate the flowering presence. This layer defines the dreamer archetype, showing that collective cooperation is achieved by stepping into the inner sanctuary of stillness, exploring the deep unknown, and anchoring abundance through rigorous internal organization. All right. Ooh, before we talk about magic and cast spells around here, because that's what witches do. Oh, yes, honey. Woo, baby. Yes, indeed. Let's talk about that tarot purple pack felt like cloth that I had, and I wanted to find out the meaning of the cloth that came with my new deck. So the symbol is called, and I'm unfamiliar with this and have not studied this, Clo Magic Circle. The symbol is the Clo Magic Circle from the Honor May and Magnus series card captor Sakura, Sakura, created by the Magna Group CLAMP. I wanted to know if it could be translated, and it can't. The lettering around the circle within the small nose is a fictional magic script created by Clamp. Fictional magic. Specifically for anesthetic and thematic decoration, it is not an actual real-world language to cipher such as Latin, runes, or Japanese, so it does not have a readable word-for-word text translation. So I'm glad I bought some other pouches for my cards. Okay? The symbolism of the design. While the script itself is purely decorative fantasy text, the layout of the magic circle contains deliberate symbolic elements representing the magic of its creator, Cloud Reed. Sun and Moon Center represents Cloud Reed's two main guardians, Kiro Biros, the sun, and Yu, the moon, Y-U-E. The star pattern, a multi-pointed star woven inside concentric circles, combining elements of both Western and Eastern occult traditions. Circle nodes contain stylized mystic glyphs representing celestial powers and elemental magic. So not only did my tarot cards come sorted the way that they were, and I had to align them with the tree of life. You know what else I noticed? I noticed that there were no stories with these tarot cards. When you get to Petikas of the Orishas and New Orleans Voodoo Tarot, you get stories in these books. You don't get a straight, oh, if the card is this way, it's this, and if it's that way, it's this. You get stories with every single card. But y'all got the audacity to put it in a fictional magic bag. All right. All right. Now, why would you put it in a fictional magic bag? Third-party sellers frequently bundle tarot cards with mass-produced velvet tarot bags. It's good to learn so that you know what you, as a witch or sage or practitioner, want to do based on what you've learned going forward. Many manufacturers produce velvet drawstring pouches printed with popular esoteric or pop culture occult designs, including the Cloud Circle, the Metatron's Cube, or the Triple Moon. The seller likely picked a batch of purple velvet pouches that matched the vibe or color scheme of the deck without necessarily knowing the specific anime lore behind Clamp's design. Because the Cloud Magic Circle uses Pseudo-Hebrew script, sacred geometry, the 12-pointed star, and sun-moon symbolism, manufacturing often tags it as generic mystical magic circle design. To someone scrolling through wholesale catalog options, it looks like an authentic historical grimoire signal or a Kabbalistic charm rather than an anime reference. Pop culture magic crossover. In modern tarot and occult spaces, anime-inspired tools have huge appeal. Card capper Sakura is iconic for its themes of divination, card capture, and elemental magic. Many tarot creators and bag makers intentionally print clone magic items as a nod to fans of both tarot and magical girl lore. I opened my cards 2 days ago that I purchased, and we went over cards. And we went over cards 2 days ago, and then we went ahead and I compared them to the voodoo cards in the major arcana or the trump cards. And then yesterday we went through all 10 on the Seraphet and matched it up with the Tree of Life to the Lua and the Orisha, who normally governs specific places on the Tree of Life, specific Seraphons on the Tree of Life. All right. Oh, and I gave the history of tarot cards and who used to have privy to them, who didn't, how they snuck into society and became available to us now, versus paying thousands of dollars for them, which is what they would have cost back when they were only privy to kings and queens. All right, the takeaway. Unless the deck itself is an official card capper, secure themed tarot or cloud card deck, the pouch was simply selected by the seller manufacturer as a stylish, mystical-looking velvet home for protection and storage. The blend of sacred geometry and sun-moon motives make it perform the job wonderfully, even if the script stems from Clamp's creative universe. Fictional magic. You know what? You are absolutely correct. Fictional magic script. All right. Let's get into it. Let's talk about the Holy of Holies. Fictional magic script. Let's dive deep. Because I love seeing magic in the Bible. Now, the Bible used many magical tools, especially to enter the holies of holies. In biblical tradition, entering the holies of holies, known as the Kodesh HaKodashim, and that is Kodesh HAKODASHIM. The innermost sanctuary of the tabernacle and later the temple in Jerusalem was the most dangerous and sacred ritual of the year. You don't say. Really? Oh, that sounds wonderful. Let's enter. While biblical texts frame these items as consecrated ceremonial implements rather than magic in a pagan sense, many esoteric, Kabbalistic, and mystical traditions view them as ritual tools designed to channel, shield, and interact with the divine frequency of the Shekhinah. SHECHINAH, the manifest divine presence. Here are the primary sacred tools and ritual implements used by the high priest. Kohen Gadol, KOHENGADOL, to safely step past the veil. Excuse me. All right. The Holy of Holies. Ark Covenant with Shekinah. SCEKHINAH. Holy place. In between the holies of holies and the holy place is the veil. In the holy place is the altar of incense, the menorah, and the table of shewbread. The outer courtyard is next, with the laver, and then you have the altar of burnt offerings, and then before that is the entry gates, the layer of the tabernacle of the Holy of Holies. The golden censer and incense cloud, Ketoret. The function before stepping behind the veil on Yom Kippur, YOMKIPPUR, Day of Atonement, the high priest filled a golden censer, Makhata, MAKHTAH, with glowing coals from the altar and carried a handful of finely ground sacred incense, Ketoret, KETORET, the esoteric purpose, Leviticus 16:13, explicitly states that the incense smoke had to envelope the mercy seat, the chesed, Kaport. Above the ark, so the priest would stay in the third dimension, breathing. Versus not breathing. The smoke functioned as a protective veil or energetic buffer between human consciousness and the raw, unshadowed light of the divine presence. The Urim and Thummim. The function. Housed inside the high priest's breastplate, Hoshin, Hoshen, these were sacred divinatory objects, often interpreted as glowing stones, lots, or inscribed gems, representing lights and perfections. The esoteric purpose, used to inquire directly of God's will, Numbers 27:21, 1 Samuel 28:6, according to Talmudic tradition, Talmudic. When a question was posed, specifically engraved letters of the 12 tribal names on the breastplate would illuminate or stand out to spell the answer. The holy anointing oil, Shemin HaMishkah, ShemenHamischah. The function, a precise botanical blend detailed in Exodus 30, myrrh, sweet cinnamon, aromatic cane, cassia, and olive oil. Ooh. You know what was not in this book? That changed from the original book, because this is my second book I've purchased from Reverend Valerie Love in regards to 40 Money Spells. My other book is in Norcross, Georgia, in the public storage garage with my items. And in this book, one thing changed. And I think it was in regards to the spell about dreams, if I remember correctly. You were supposed to travel to visit your Akashic records. She did not have it in the book to visit. Maybe it's in there for tomorrow. Let me see. No, it's not. I'm not really sure what spell number it was. But what happened is you were supposed to go visit your Akashic records with a deity of your choice from your spirit team. The deity that I chose was Oshun. And I could have chose Yinya, but I chose Oshun. When I read her story in the Patikas of the Orishas, when Shango went on a journey and she started using his divination to go ahead and answer the people's questions and concerns, he came back, he found out she was using it. He did not want her using it and gave her her own method for divination. I said, oh, okay. That's what I want. So let's go ahead and have Oshun travel with me to go visit my Akashic records. Oh, it was such a beautiful journey. We traveled through lands unknown. And we got to my Akashic records. And then the beautiful dream, I rose in the morning. I just did a spell the other day on a rise and a sleep. And I woke up in the morning and my spirit returned to body after my trip, which I like to call astral plane, to the Akashic records. And in my wealth grimoire, I wrote down all types of deliciousness. I didn't stop till there was nothing left for me to write in regards to our journey. So on my Oshun altar, I kept frankincense and myrrh, cinnamon sprinkled on honey with on oranges, 5 oranges, with honey, which I tasted first. I also had cassia essential oil and olive oil. Right next to the blue bong, okay, filled with the Jose Cuervo tequila, and with the coal to use anytime I needed it or wanted to, not necessarily needed it, with a little bit of Mary Jane. All right, so the esoteric purpose. The consecrated oil was used to alter the spiritual status of physical objects in people, transmuting them from common, CHOL, to holy, KODESH. Anyone or anything touched by the oil was consecrated into a state capable of holding divine energy. All right. The white linen sacred garments, Bigdea Kodesh, BIGDEI KODESH. The function: on standard days, the high priest wore ornate, colorful vestments woven with gold, blue, purple, and scarlet. But to enter the holies of holies, he stripped down to 4 plain, unadorned white linen garments. Leviticus 16:4. I always took a spiritual bath before I did any of my spell work. All right. If I was staying up, I dressed in the favorite color of which deity I would be utilizing. If not, I would simply go rest. Okay? All right. The esoteric purpose: white linen represented total purity, humility, and angelic alignment. Because gold was associated with the sin of the golden calf, no gold could be brought into the holies of holies to advocate on Israel's behalf. The DNA vessel and 7-fold sprinkling. Ooh, some more number magic. Yeah. The function: the priest carried the DNA of a bull and a goat into the inner room in a sacred vessel. The esoteric purpose: he sprinkled the DNA 7 times toward the mercy seat and the floor. In ancient Hebrew cosmology, DNA carried the nephesh, Nefesh, the vital life force. What is that? I don't know what that is. Anyway. 7-fold sprinkling closed the energetic circuit of atonement, reconciling human life with the divine source. The veil, Parochet, Parochet, hanging between the holy place and the holies of holies, was a heavy, intricately woven curtain embroidered with cherubim. We know that cherubim are not those cute little angels in artwork that you see on the wall, because we read there are no angels in the Bible. By Reverend Valerie Love, published this year and was a #1 best-selling book on Amazon. We read that book, so we know cherubim is not the artwork that is being depicted to us. All right. It acted as a dimensional portal boundary, demarcating the boundary where human space ended and sacred space began. Let's talk about a few things. Now, I have put a lot of things on my altars, but I've never had to use a bull or a goat for them. Let's talk about it. The dynamic of 7 and 5, Yemiya and Oshun. Putting Yemiya 7 and Oshun 5 in conversations, because I would go to their altars and sometimes I would just light the candles and I'd be like, hey, y'all go ahead and y'all chit chat. Putting Yemiya 7 and Oshun 5 in conversation creates a sacred renaissance of fluid energy, where the ancient temple ritual used DNA splinting to mend a broken circuit through gravity and fear. The conversation between the mother of the sea and the mistress of sweet waters heals through abundance, love, and flow. Yemiya domain. The deep ocean, maternal protection, the womb of origin, Oshun 5, the river, sweet waters, intimacy, fertility, and gold. Vibration. Deep blue rolling waves, infinite death from Yemiya, and then Oshun, bright yellows, glowing amber, sweet honey, liquid light. Yemiya offering seafood, rich delicacies, ocean treasures, cool waters. Oshun, oranges drenched in honey, fine spirits, yellow flowers. When the blue of the deep ocean meets the yellow of sweet river, they don't fight, they blend at the estuary, forming the rainbow. Oxumar's bridge, Oxumare, the ultimate symbol of promise, color, and complete integration. Altars of joy versus altars of atonement. The temple altar, atonement, built on strict boundaries, linen purity, fear of unaliving, and the shedding of DNA, nephesh, to pay a debt and satisfy divine justice. The Orisha altar of sweet waters, advocacy, built on pleasure, celebration, delicacies, fragrant smoke from bong, sweet liquor, and toys for the spirit. It advocates for humanity not by saying we are sorry, but by saying we are alive. We are joyful. And we offer you the sweetest parts of this earth. Instead of approaching the holies of holies, hoping not to be struck down, this kind of altar invites the Orishas to linger, laugh, and talk all night over Chardonnay, tequila, and honeyed oranges. It replaces the terror of the veil with the warmth of feast. The true advocacy. Real spiritual meditation doesn't always require a heavy sacrifice. Sometimes the highest form of prayer is offering back to the universe the very joy, sweetness, and beauty it gave us. All right. The ocean does not rush the river, and the river never fears the sea. At 7, the deep run water hums low, an indigo tide rocking the floorboards, holding the weight of everything born. At 5, the yellow light laughs, liquid amber, sun-ripened citrus, dripping honey straight off the spoon into Chardonnay. No heavy linen, no DNA on the floor, just silk skirts brushing against the baseboards as the two sisters turn, step for step, swirling turquoise into gold until the room glows green. On the walls, the framed faces loosen their lips, the old portraits lean out from their gilded edges, whispering across the hallway, passing secrets back and forth over the rim of a glass. The bong exhales a sweet, pale halo that rises towards the ceiling, softening every sharp corner of the house. Toys on the altar catch the light and smile. Fresh blossoms open up just to drink the room in. Look how sweet they made it for us. The river's murmurs to the tide, and the ocean laughs back, rolling out a carpet of foam and rainbows, advocating for every living thing simply by staying filled with joy. Five plus 7 is 12. 2 plus 1 equals 3. if we were to break it down in numerology. 3 on 3. 3 on the tree of life is Bina at Ziluth. The Lua is the Guida, the Geeds, Orisha, Oya. Let's read the Petrol Wands, Congo Cups, Rada Swords, and Santeria Pentacles. Let's go. All I want from you is understanding. All right. The node of the 3 Bina. In Hermetic Kabbalah, in syncretic metaphysics, Bina, understanding the Great Mother, sits at the top of the left pillar, talking about the pillars of Solomon. When we talk about pillars, we're talking about, the pillar of mercy, chesed, and the pillar of severity. We're talking about Jason and Boaz. We're talking about the Empress card. Oh my. Okay? With Jason and Boaz. Jason, left pillar, severity, form, chesed, mercy, Boaz. Okay? Sits at the top of the left pillar. When you trace 12 into 3 down through these systems, the cross correspondence locks in with precision. By the way, the Empress card is Ayizan, referencing those of the underworld and those already in the world having a conversation. All right. World at Ziluth, the highest world of pure divine essence, the world of emanation, operating at the Ziluthic level with the raw, unmanifest spiritual force before it steps down into creation. Geed, the voodoo lawa of transformation, fertility, rebirth, and the crossroads. Geed embodies the ultimate threshold, the dark womb of the grave that transforms into new life, matching the Saturnian Bina frequency of time, boundaries, and laughter in the face of mortality. Saturnian. Oya, the Orisha of winds, lightning, sudden transformation, tornadoes, and the gates of the cemetery. Oki-I-Ki-Yi. O-K-Y-I-K-Y-I. She commands the spirits of the ancestors, Egun, E-G-U-N, standing right at the veil between form and void. A pure being of force, of fierce metamorphosis and boundary enforcement. Petrol Wands, fire at Ziluth, aggressive, fast, fiery. Congo Cups, water, Rhea. Fluid, ancient, ancestral fertility. Rada Swords, air, Yazira, cool, structured, intellectual. Centuria, Lukumi, Pentacles, Earth, Asiya, manifestation, physical grounding, crown kingship. The esoteric synthesis. By reducing 12 down to 3, we've connected the fullness of the 12 zodiacal tribal archetypes back into the premortal vessel of Bina. Isn't that just delicious? Oya and Geet stand guard over this portal, ensuring that whatever is fired in the petrol heat or cooled in the Rada winds eventually takes physical living root in the earth of Santaria. All right. Let's talk about the order that the cards came in. Cups, disc, swords, wands. Zodiacal compass, starting with the east. Spring. Why they may have done it this way. Cups, water, west or northwest. Emotional, primordial soup. Intuition, the vessel of creation. Bina, Bria. Disc, pentacles, earth, north. Physical matter, the body, the vessel with divine energy grounds. Asiya. Swords, air, earth, mind, breath, judgment, intellect, cutting through darkness. Yatzira. Wands, fire, south, pure spiritual willpower, the culmination of passion and divine spark at Zeluth. All right. By resorting the cards from ace to 10, keep it down to Malkuth within wands, cups, swords, pentacles, I align the deck with the flow of the divine energy descending down the tree of light, lightning flash. Factory order is just printer mechanics. Sorting it myself is the first ritual act of making the deck my own. All right, we layered the court cards yesterday on 2, 3, 6, and 10. Sure. Let's talk about it. At Zeluth, world of emanation, the supernal pillow. Kings, Chokma, wisdom, the pillar of four, spiritual ties, Hugan, and Santeria, drama, the masters of the beat, the fathers of energy. Pips, the two, Shakma's raw, unpolarized force, divine elements, Nanan Buklo, the ancient primordial serpent, Hermaphroditic, creator spirit of Vodou and Olofi, the supreme creator in Lukumi cosmology. Esoteric meaning, pure masculine creative initiation, the divine spark of the divine drum that sets creation in motion. Queens, be not understanding, the pillar of form. Spiritual titles, Mambo and Santeria Serpent, the mother of the mystery, guardians of the womb. The threes, Bana, sacred vessel and structure. Divine element alignments, Geese, the ancestral lineage of transformation and rebirth, and Oya, the Orisha of the winds, gates, and transformation. Esoteric meaning, the primordial mothers who hold the keys to the cemetery gates, ancestral memory, and the veil itself. I got a reminder yesterday that I need to complete a book. The bridge between Briar and Hetzira, the solar core, Knights, Temperate, Beauty, Harmony, the Sun Center. Spiritual titles, Laplace, the Master of Ceremonies, Sword Bearer, and Oriente, the Chief Priest, Master of the Cowrie Shells. Instruments, crossroads, and machetes, cleaning the paths and cutting through spiritual clutter. The sixes, Temperate, Ballads, and Solar Harmony. Divine alignments, Papa Legba, the opener of the gate in Vodou, and Alegwa, the lord of the crossroads in Lukumi. Esoteric meaning, resting precisely at Tippereth 6, the night acts as the executive force, the crossroads messengers who carries the petition from the physical world up through the veil to the higher worlds. Asiya, world of action and manifestation, the grounded kingdom. Pages, Malkuth, kingdom, physical embodiment, spiritual titles, Hunsis, initiated devotees, and Ayawo, the bride, newly initiated, Iyawo. Sacred vessel, Calabash, the earthly vessel containing the Ashe, spiritual substance. The tens, Malkuth's complete physical manifestation. Divine alignments, Akasa, Papazaka, Loa of architecture, labor, and the land, Ososhi, Ochosi, the divine hunter and the tracker of justice. Esoteric meaning the page. Ayawo is the fresh vessel grounded in the dirt of Malkuth, the physical worker and hunter who nurtures the seeds planted by the kings and queens above. If you want more information, then you can pull it from my Charlie Kirk Voodoo playbook, The Devil, Deluge, and the Dynasty. The power of the grid. I've eliminated the passive symbolism of standard tarot cards, court cards, and replaced it with living function. Chokma, Hagun Olifi, Bina, Mamba Oya, Tipperith, Oriente, Elequa, Malkuth, Ayawo, Asoshi. When a page or night drops in your reading now, it doesn't just represent a message or a young person, it evokes the exact ceremonial office. The crossroads, the machete, and earthly calabash needed to complete that current and physical reality. Now, let's talk about the Tetragrammaton, the sacred, unpronounceable four-letter Hebrew name of God, YHVH. The foundational blueprint of Western esoteric tradition, Kabbalah, and sacred geometry. It is translated as I am that I am, or the eternal one, derived from the root verb haya, Hayah, to be. Its true power isn't just as a title, but as a universal formula for how spirit transforms into the physical reality. In Kabbalistic philosophy, every letter on the Tetragrammaton corresponds to a specific stage in the process of bringing an idea from pure consciousness down into physical form. Yod, He, Vav, He. Yod, Y-O-D, He, H-E-H, Vav, V-A-V, and H-E-H. Yod, the divine spark, fire, father at Zuluth. He, the sacred vessel, water, mother, Bria. Vav, the connecting beam, air, sun, Yetzirah. He, the grounded manifestation, earth, daughter, Asaya. Yod, initial flash, raw seed. He, the womb vessel that gives shape. Vav, the intellectual breath that weaves it. He, the final, the physical body, stone, or full development. Without this four-step sequence, nothing can be created, whether you are building a business, writing a book, or birthing a universe. You must pass through the Yod, the idea, He, the plan, the Vav, the execution, and the final He, the finished product. The anchor of sacred geometry and math. The Tetragrammaton is a mathematical key hidden inside ancient sacred architecture, the number 26. In gematria, Hebrew numerology, the letters add up to 26. Yod 10, He 5, Vav 6, He 5 equals 6. 26 reduces to 8, 2 plus 6 equals 8, the number of infinity, balance, and material mastery. The Tetraktys, Tetraktys. The ancient Pythagoreans venerated the 10-pointed triangle. When you stack the letters of YHVH in a triangle, it contains 10 letter points, mirroring the 10 serif font on the tree of life. The ultimate protective sigils and ritual key. We talked about sigils earlier in our lesson. Sigils are important. Yes, that was on spell 28. We talked about sigils. 28. Okay. In ceremonial magic, Hermeticism, and talismanic design, the Tetragrammaton is recognized as the highest divine vibration for commanding boundaries and aligning lower forces. Is that right? Really? I don't need a signet ring? I don't need a ring provided to me by Archangel Michael? You mean I've got it already? The highest? Let me see here. Oh, we want to use green for go. Wait a minute. In ceremonial magic, Hermeticism, and talismanic design, the Tetragrammaton is recognized as the highest divine vibration for commanding boundaries and aligning lower forces. You know what? This one's not working. In ceremonial magic, Hermeticism, and talismanic design, the Tetragrammaton is recognized as the highest divine vibration for commanding boundaries and aligning lower forces. You don't say. Oh my God. I can get a genie in a bottle after all. Doesn't that sound scrumptious? Ooh, goody, 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 goody. Woo! All right. The banishing formula. It acts as an absolute spiritual seal because it contains all four elements: fire, water, air, earth. Under divine order, projecting or chanting the four letters brings chaos back into alignment. Really? You see? Oh, I'm going to have so much fun. Not that I haven't already. Okay. It reminds the practitioner that human consciousness is structured in the exact image of the divine architect, bridging the gap between the macrocosm, the universe, and the microcosm, the individual. That little 100-page book that they put into my box will not teach you the energetic mechanics of how energy actually descends from the divine spark Yod to the womb He, down the breath Val, and into the physical altar He. Living system alignments, how the cards act as actual invocation portals for the Lawa and Orishas, or how the 22 paths connect the Seraphet across the four worlds. Practical application, how to use the cards for actual spiritual work, boundary protection, or manifestation rather than just passively guessing fortune teller meanings. Those little books are printed as quick reference field guides for people who already know the system, or as an introductory overview for casual readers. But treating a 100-page booklet as a complete manual for a system as vast as Kabbalah, Tarot, Afro-Caribbean cosmology is like trying to master medicine from a pamphlet. If someone is serious about working with this matrix, the deck itself is only 10% of the toolkit. The rest of the blueprint requires studying the structural layers directly. The sacred math, gematria, the YHVH, reductions in the 10 Seraphant, the correspondences, element, Hebrew letter, zodiac, and spiritual nation, Petro, Rada, Kango, Santeria, the function and roles, how the court cards or temple cards act as ceremonial officers who gain Mambo Oriente, the paths and vessels, how the pips act as localized stations of consciousness from 1 to 10. When a beginner relies solely on the tiny guidebook, they get stuck in rote memorizing. They get stuck in memorization. What does the Five of Cups mean? But once you learn the underlying formula, that 5 is Jabira, severity, the crossroads of trial, and cups is Bria water. You can read any card, any deck instantly without ever opening a guidebook. Again, should always be the goal. Any card in any deck. Any card in any deck. All right. Let's talk about living oral tradition versus Western book systems. African diaspora systems, Lukuma, Ifa, Vodou. Knowledge is inherently narrative and oral. The Orishas and Lua are understood through Patikas, vibrant stories detailing their rivalries, marriages, triumphs, and lessons, like Oshun tricking the Orishas or Oya riding into battle with Shango. You cannot understand an Orisha without knowing their stories. European Kabbalistic Tarot. The tarot system built by 19th century European occultist Golden Dawn Wade Crowley was designed as a diagrammatic cipher. Diagrammatic. It relied on static geometric grids, Hebrew letters, astrological deacons, and elemental formulas rather than ancestral storytelling. Learned what deacons is this morning. Talk about that tomorrow while we're talking about mushrooms and cannabis. Okay. Mass marketing, publishing, and clones. Most decks sold today are simple clones or reskins of the Rider-Waite-Smith RWS standard. Publishers produce a standard 100-page little book filled with generic keywords, hardships, new beginning, emotional balance because it keeps production costs low. Writing 78 detailed culturally rooted stories requires deep initiatory knowledge or extensive research that commercial deck creators rarely possess. Commercial publishers often strip away specific cultural lore to make the deck feel universally acceptable. Universally acceptable. I'm going to keep that in mind. While unfortunately flattens the deep roots of systems like the Orisha Pantheon. Standard tarot cards hold archetypes, not characters. In tradition, European tarot cards are impersonal, universal stages like the Five of Cups representing griefs, but an Afro-Caribbean framework like the Nolo Voodoo Tarot by Louise Martini and Sally Ann Glassman, which comes with an expansive 288-page book. I bought that book twice, by the way. It is absolutely scrumptious. Took me a minute to figure it out, but baby, now that I got it figured out, baby, we are 7 feet deep. Nope, we are 7 books deep. The cards aren't abstract concepts, they are living entities. When a deck integrates Lawa or Orishas, it must include their stories, patikas, because the card isn't just an idea, it is a spirit with a history or temperament, special offerings, and lived relationship with humanity. I looked at all the sacrifices in my voodoo book, and none of them involved any type of unaliving. Not one. Not one. Not one called for war. Not one called for pregnant women and their children they haven't birthed yet. I'm in 2 Kings 14 and 15. Not one called for someone's head to be delivered in a basket. Woo! Not one called for the virgins to be taken from the party back home to somebody else's home. Not one asked for the virgin to be sacrificed because she ran out the house, the first one to greet her father to make well on a promise. Not one sacrifice in my New Orleans Voodoo Tarot book. Let me see. Oh, it has some sacrifices. Oh, it's got, let's see. 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Oh, these all sound delicious. 24. Oh, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. It's got lots of sacrifices. Not one involved taking a life. Not one demanded you give up your human rights. Oh, this is a whole entire conversation. Not one tried to govern what another, or police what another person's body is doing. Are we there yet? We're not there yet. All right. When a deck drops the stories, it forces you to rely purely on static keywords. When you work with Afro-diasporic systems, the story is the medicine. If a deck leaves out the patikas, the practitioner has to bring the stories back to the altar themselves. You know, this has been absolutely scrumptious. I feel relieved already. Oh, much better. And we've got lots of material to cover tomorrow. I think we're okay for today. I did have some scriptures, but I think we're going to end it here. Let's get into the spell. Let's get in for the spell for today. Woo woo. We're going to do full moon release. Spell 39 is full moon release. I told you at the beginning when I started, my favorite type of party is a full moon party. If I'm going to a full moon party with other people. It's also showing off my full moon. But that's a whole different story for another day. Right now, so this spell is to be conducted on the full moon. Do not use your wealth grimoire. Use plain white paper that you will dispose of. Step 1, cleanse your body and clear your energy with Florida water or sage. Sit quietly in the bright light of the full moon. Outside is ideal. I love sitting outside on the night of the full moon. And I love watching the lightning bugs light up the sky. And I love seeing the squirrels run along in the backyard across the electric lines with pears from the other neighbor's yard in their mouth going across those lines. I love the full moon and the clouds as they move past the full moon and the birds that are flying in the evening as the full moon comes out. Woo! I love the full moon. I love bonfires during the full moon with friends, if I'm with friends, if I'm with other practitioners, sages, or witches. I love the full moon. It's like, let's see here. Oh, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Let me. I watch for when the full moon arises. Is it going to be a full moon? You are doing witchcraft on the full moon. That is the most important time to do some witchcraft. Full moon, double moon. Away from people, though inside is acceptable too. Make sure you have privacy and safety wherever you are. So I practiced by myself, then I practiced on full moons with practitioners, witches, and sages. But I started off practicing by myself during the full. I would sit on the deck, outside, out back, on the full moon. Step 2, say a prayer of gratitude. To be free, call in your spirit team. You know what book I'm going to recommend for this? Valerie has a book called Magical Book of Prayers for the Christian Witch. Yeah. I have never seen anybody pray quite like she does. I pray entirely different than I used to pray. For the better. Oh yeah, honey. We get paid for these prayers now. Yeah, baby. We get seeds. All right, now, step 3, write the following words on a clean white piece of paper. Unworthiness. Oh, boo. Woo. Unworthiness. Shame. Mistrust. Doubt. Insecurity. Victim. Pride. Arrogance. Not enough. Insignificant. Resistance. Fear. Lack. Jealousy. Envy. Rage. Anger. And any and all energies you are releasing that get in the way. You're getting in the way. What I'm feeling of your wealth, riches, and abundance. You know what? I think we need to say that a few more times. Let's just, yeah. Unworthiness, guilt, shame, mistrust, doubt, insecurity, victim, pride, arrogance, not enough, insignificant, resistance, fear, lack, jealousy, envy, rage, anger, and any and all energies you are releasing that get in the way of your wealth, riches, and abundance. Baby. Unworthiness, guilt, shame, mistrust, doubt, insecurity, victim, pride, arrogance, not enough, insignificant, resistance, fear, lack, jealousy, envy, rage, anger, and any and all energies you are releasing that get in the way of what I'm feeling. Yeah. Whew. Hallelujah. Okay. Step 4. Tear it into tiny bits of paper. Place all the tiny bits of paper in a white paper envelope. Seal the envelope and take it to the ocean or to a river or stream that is flowing. Throw the paper envelope in. Stand and watch as it is sucked into the current and feel the energies completely releasing from your energy field. You know, that is a practice we have on the full moon. Step 5, feel extreme thanks to be free. We either did that or we wrote it on bay leaves. and burnt them. When I went to Florida, I went ahead after visiting the Orisha shop. I forget what that, I think it was called Shango Orisha shop in Florida, Miami, Florida. I believe that's the name of it. I got some items there. I went to the market. I got some fresh roses. I had written a poem in Yoruba. I don't even remember what I put on the poem at that time. And I carried it to the ocean. And I let the ocean current take it away. Our relationship, the relationship I have with the Orishas and the Lawe, because I was only studying 7 to 9 at that time, has most certainly deepened since that time period. 7 books, I would say. So, yeah, and it just keeps going. Yeah, already on Cosmic Orgasms on the way. Ye Soul book to be written on the main vehicle. Yeah, this relationship just keeps blooming like rose bushes. Like a rose bush. Like flowers. Yes. Tomorrow I will share the type of spell work I did a day before we even started 40 Money Spells. Yes. It's going to be a joyous day. Absolutely. All right. Thank you for rocking with me. I'm going to close the session out. I hope you have, I got my teeth cleaned this morning. I hope you have a lovely, I know what I was going to say. I will be performing on Sunday, and I will make sure to record it for you all. And I will be talking to an audience of primarily Christians. So I will use their terminology because I know how to deliver truth and code switch at the same time. So, yeah. Yes. But that'll be different. In my first, in a very long time, this is the book we're operating out of today. Secret societies. Justice card. It'll be about, it'll be clean because there'll be children there. So, yeah. This will be a wonderful experience. All right. Have a lovely rest of your day. Enjoy some of this sunshine. I was out earlier sunbathing before I went to the dentist to have my teeth cleaned. And before the library opened, I was here early after my appointment. And before the library opened, I sunbathed some more as I was listening to lessons. I'm going to go finish listening to the last lesson now to get that deciphered for you all for our time together for tomorrow. All right, honey. Mwah.